Cutthroat Comics.
Hi, this is Chris Githens, and welcome to Cutthroat Comics channel. And today I will be reviewing a great comic book by Emma Kubert called Stoneheart. I came across this great, awesome comic book at my local comic bookstore called Comic Craze. And let me just give you a little bit of background on Emma Kubert. Emma Kubert is a artist, writer, creator, letterer, and colorist. She graduated from the Kubert School in 2018, and now she is also a teacher at the Kubert School. Her dad is Andy Kubert, and Joe Kubert is her grandfather. Both Andy and Joe have done work for both Marvel and DC, but they're also well known for doing the brave and the bold Batman. So the Kubert family are well known in the comic book industry, and Emma Kubert did freelance work for both Marvel and DC. She did Teen Titans, and she also did a adult version comic of Raven, and she's starting to get well known in the comic book industry. She has several comics by Image Comics. She has one called E-Blot. She also has one called Radiant Pink, and my favorite one to date is called Stoneheart, which I will be reviewing today. Basically, we start with the comic book. It's kind of like a medieval feel, and I love how Emma Kubert does, when she does flashbacks, they're not in color. They're black and white. And basically, when she is flashing back, we're going back to when she was very, very young, and this character is called Sade, but she's also known as Miss Whisperer, and she has this great magical power that she can unleash when she gets angry or scared. And this power is so great that it can destroy cities, people, and so basically at a very young age she has no control, and basically this council says this girl is way too dangerous and we must get rid of her. Well, one of the people said, no, I can train her to be really, really, really good at controlling her powers. And basically she's taken under the tutelage. But later, as we see, if you go back to issue 1, she gets out of control again. And basically the council decides to banish her, wipe her memory of any existence at her previous residence, and sends her away to another, I would say, city or a little countryside away from the city council, and she starts as a blacksmith. If you go back to issue 1 and 2, well, what happens is that her so-called she does apprenticeship for a blacksmith, and something happens in issue 2 where basically her guy that's teaching her, her master, is no longer there, and this guy named Redwood comes and helps Sade. And as we get into issue 3, she wants to go out and have fun. So she tells Redwood when he comes over one day that she was going to dress up in this dress and basically kind of fool people, and they wouldn't recognize her. And he says, I don't know if that's a good idea. She goes, oh, come on, we got to have some fun. I want to get out. I don't want to be cooped up all in this thing. And he says, okay. Basically, they go out, they have fun. She gets drunk. So the next day, she starts having headaches and everything. Redwood comes over and says, I want you to meet this person that can help you with your powers. And she goes, oh, I don't know. Well, Redwood is basically playing Miss Whisperer, Sade, with this sorcerer. I would call her almost like a witch. And the witch convinces Redwood with her powers to give her this serum. And the serum basically gives her power over Sade. And then basically it makes her in control of her. And when she does finally meet the witch, as I call her, in this episode in Stoneheart issue 3, she basically says, I don't want to be here. And she goes, it doesn't matter. The serum that you drank has bind you, and I have full control of you. I want to show you what your powers can really do. And she goes, I'm afraid of my powers. She goes, you shouldn't be. You're a strong wielder. And basically she tells her to fight this creature, and she goes, I don't want to fight. She goes, yes you will. And finally she starts getting angry, and her eyes started glowing red. Oh, you want to see the power that I really have? And she basically, with bloodlust in her eyes, destroys this creature, and blood flying everywhere around with a sword. I think this is a really good episode of what Emma Kubert can do in a comic book. Like I said, it has that medieval feel, and I loved reading this comic book. I think people should go out and check it out and tell me what they think about it. I love the coloring that she does, and Emma also said she took a little bit of her personality and her heritage to write this comic, so there's a little bit of her in this comic book likeness, and her background, she has an Irish background, so it does have one of these old feel, medieval times comic book that is at times cheery, other times very, very violent. But this is a great book, comic book. Emma Kubert from Image Comics, issue 3, Stoneheart. Check it out at your local comic book store. I hope you like my review of Emma Kubert's Stoneheart, issue number 3. And I hope to hear back from you soon. Take care.